And presumably the statement does not seem to convince everyone. Now we're online with Augustine Kabuya, who is a spokesperson for the UDPS party, that is the opposition party of the late Etienne Tshisekedi. Hello Kabuya, an election in the DRC at the end of this year, does it seem possible when some time ago the Electoral Commission said it did not have the capacity? Well, I can tell you from the onset that I know Bruno Tshibala personally. I know what he did. The statement was just for foreign consumption. Tshibala is aware that deep in his heart, there'll be nothing. The situation we're experiencing in our country is willed by the presidential majority in power. And Tshibala has no control as the Prime Minister.
La majorité au pouvoir. Et M. Bruno Tshibala ne contrôle rien comme Premier ministre.
But he only wanted to seduce DRC's partners at the international level. During our last visit to the Electoral Commission, Mr. Corneille Nangaa, who is in charge of organizing the elections, mentioned several cases and said if they're not solved, the Electoral Commission would not be able to hold their polls. But like Tshibala, in order to maintain his position, which everyone knows under what conditions he obtained it, he wanted only to seduce the partners and donors that there'll be an election. But I tell you, I do not believe in the statement. It is just a statement to mislead international actors. Now, when you say that this statement is one to mislead international actors, are you referring to the statement by the UN Security Council chief, who on Wednesday asked all parties in the DRC to work together to ensure elections are held on the 23rd December? Well, people need to understand that we don't have a crisis in the electoral process in this country. There's only one political crisis that is affecting our lives. They're aware of that. And when we were at the Electoral Commission after Nangaa's presentation, I told him this. The problem is not at your level. The problem is at the level of your deputy who comes from the PPRD party. Now, since his political family hasn't said the last word yet, all you can think about and all you can say here is all a joke. Now, if people think that the crisis we have is a crisis in the electoral process, that's not true. Now, for example, Felix Tshisekedi last year wanted to organize a rally in Lubumbashi. Everyone knows under what conditions it was cancelled. We should not stop fooling people that there will be an election. If there's an election, it will not be free, fair, democratic and transparent, where everyone has an equal chance to participate. Well, you're very skeptical about meeting the deadline of December 23rd. What do you base your skepticism on? When you look ahead, the indicators, there are some that makes us say they're not ready. We at the UDPS organized ourselves to go to the elections. We are the only political party that asks its grassroots supporters to get involved in the electoral process. We have people who cover the enrollment process. We are organized throughout the Republic. As I speak to you, if there's an election, the UDPS will win it hands down. This is not the case with the other parties. As we speak, the entire youth of the UDPS live in fear. They are arrested in every corner of the country. Now, do you think that with such a climate we can go to the polls? They are aware. It's created. Actually, they do not want to go to these elections.